Hey there! Just wanted to show you a bike rack that my husband and I picked up today. It's a Yakima. I'm not sure the type of Joe it is, but they have like different Joe ones, like Pro Joe and King Joe and all this. I don't know which one it is, but it holds 3 bikes, and that'll be enough for our 2 bikes. But it's over the trunk, and these pads are awesome. There's still tons of life in them, so I think they'll be fine. The only part that I was really worried about, if any part, is this bar here. It looks like it kind of comes close to the trunk edge lid, or edge of the trunk lid. There you go. So I wanted to put something there, because I won't be too happy if I keep banging up my car every single time, because our car's white and this is red. So we found, where's the paper? Okay, we found this stuff. It's Husky Pro Grip Premium Foam Drawer Liner. Anyhow, you get a whole roll of it, and you can cut it out into strips. And just a second. Okay, so you can cut it into strips. There's no perforations. It's just a big giant roll of this foam, and it is this wide, about 2 feet, approximately 18 inches, 20 inches. Oh, it said right here. Duh. Where's it at? Okay, 22 3/4 wide by 90 inches long. Quite a bit. So I figured you could use this for lots of different applications. So this would be one of them. I'm going to try and glue that on there just in case if there's any bumps or bang-ups that doesn't happen on the car. So I'm going to do that and see how it turns out. And I'll show you how it goes. Okay, so I applied it. It is so hot. This is like an industrial grade glue gun. So the foam is a little bit wavy, but it's on there. It's on there. Seems okay. Man. Alright. She ain't pretty, but she'll work. And I'll test it. It just has to protect the car. It doesn't need to be awesome. I think it kind of warped the foam though. So I guess you could use shoe glue. But it's gonna be fine, really, seriously. It's just more of a reminder for us that when we put it on, to put it on carefully. So I'm gonna add another one to that side, and that way it'll protect the car a little bit. Alright. Okay, the other bits that I wanted to put foam on are these. And these go onto the trunk. They clip onto the trunk, and they look just slightly worn, but I want to prevent any wear going down to the metal and scraping the trunk. So I'm just gonna get something like this, tuck it in, basically, roughly, and it's okay if some sticks out, I'll just trim it. That way we'll be protecting the vehicle. Here's one of the clips. I glued that on. The only problem I can foresee is this not fitting into the crack because I've made it thicker. But it could be easily peeled off. It's well cushioned. Should have had it overlap this bit. That way this foam is overlapping and doesn't rub with these coarse nylon threads. Okay, I'm a little bit happier with this one that I just did because this foam is overlapping. that coarse stuff. So now I feel like this little bend here is covered up nice. And I let it overlap because it just seems like it's better if it's more slack on the edges. And then I peeled that one off that I showed you. Just ripped it off and trimmed it. That way it'll slide into the thing better. Okay, so those two are done. I think I have 2 more to do. So what I'm doing is I just slip the foam in. First I cut some length off, shove it under there like you see it, and then I just trim away at it till it's the correct size, and then I'll take it off. I'll pinch it with my thumb, like right here. And now I know, don't put any hot glue right on this end, just only forward or above my thumb finger, and just don't go too far to the edges. Okay, so I just smothered it all on there, and then just kind of flatten it out a little, just so that I still have, you want to push it all the way back there so that you're not losing the whole purpose of this hook. The purpose of the hook is to hook in there. Last thing you want to do is fill in that void too much and then it just slips off. It's okay if some comes out. It's not a big deal. You could trim it up and make it look nicer, but this will do the trick. Okay, so like I said, you shove the foam down in there. There's a little crack. I could feel the bump, the nylon bump under there. So I want it to go over that bump just a little bit. So I'll cut it somewhere over here. I lost the mark. Alright, so I cut it. This is pretty good overlapping, in fact probably too generous. But there it is. Now I can trim it and make it look really pretty, or just slather some glue on, stick it in, and be done with it. And that's what I'm going to do. What I just noticed helped when I put the glue on and shoved it in there is that you just want to jam it back down in there as hard as you can so that you don't lose the purpose of having a hook. So I use this pair of scissors to just jam that down in there so that I don't get burned, so that it's all the way in there. Not to the point of cutting it, but I just shoved it down in there. And then we still have a nice sharp edge. Okay, so after a lot of trimming and hot glue fumes, this is what we have left, or have as a result. I got this, this on there, this foam, seems fine. The hot glue gun melted it a little bit, but it kind of reestablished itself. And just a little bit, but you can scrape it off. That's the beauty. So it's super duper easy. So there's that. And then each of these little clips has some foam just on the inside, just as a reminder to be careful with them as they bang around. But I just don't want the car messed up. That's the only thing. That would be awesome to have a truck one day instead of having to do all this just for the car. But hey, whatever, it gets us out there, and we'll be starting the Mayor's Challenge pretty soon here. And this is the first step in getting it going, is getting a bike rack on the car. Okay, that's all I got for you today. I hope you get out and ride soon and enjoy yourself, and we'll talk to you later.